Hello and welcome to another episode of GOA365's Face to Face. Now, we have been talking for a long time about the law and order situation, what is happening, what is not happening, and then it's been the opposition and the media who's been highlighting a lot of issues, and then the authorities and the government headed by the chief minister who's been saying that no, we are doing, then the police have come out saying that their detection rates are very good and X and Y and Z. So now we have been saying this and we have been not been saying this, and it's been going to May. Last statement of the chief minister in the assembly session was that most of these crimes are created by migrants. But today I have with me Francis Bab Coelho, politician, activist, politician mostly, who is going to bring out to us saying that is it true what the opposition is shouting at, or is there something more to the fact that there is an issue with the way the law and order is being handled in the state? Francis Bab, welcome to our show.
Okay.
Now you guys have been making a lot of allegations. You guys, when I mean, I'm talking about the activists and the politicians, that there is a law and order has failed, it's X, it is Y, it is Z, it is all that, and the other side has been going, no, see the detection rates are so high, this is happening, that is. Now why now, give us some examples of why you've been making the allegations first.
So, see, to start with, I have done personally about almost 6 to 7 press conferences, and some of the press conferences were done in a press room, some were done at the outside the morgue, some were done in Valpoi, some were done in Sangay, and every time we did a press conference we brought out different aspects of why we said that the law and order is failing. Now we have been saying this and the government has been negating it, and the chief minister tries to bring out different reports to say that crime is dropped. Like recently he brought out a report to say that the number of calls that the police stations are reporting have dropped drastically, and that's why there's no crime happening, and that's why nobody's calling the police stations. But I did an entire research and press conference to show that most of the phones are not working and people can't connect to police stations, and that's the reason the calls have dropped. It's not because the crime is reduced. And all of that we said, right, that the law and order situation has gone to the dogs in Goa. I love dogs. It's bad that you're good. No, I love dogs too, but it's a phrase. It's a phrase.
But this is what you guys are saying. So you all have anything more
so
than
we are saying we are saying is one thing.
Yes.
See, to understand, most people go, I mean, law and order. Most people don't understand what is the law and order. Law and order, these words and this system of law and order, it sits on 4 pillars. 4 hamyancher law and order uba asta hunchai state ato, and those 4 pillars are basically the police, the judiciary, the prison system, that is the correction system, and the legal aid system. Now judiciary and legal aid are the number of judges that we have, the entire judicial system, high court judges, lower court judges, all of that. And legal aid is how many paralegals do we have, how many lawyers do we have, how many trained paralegals do we have, and how many people are assisting people with their legal issues. And the police and the prisons is the second other 2 pillars. So these 4 pillars, whatever we have been saying, right, we haven't been able to articulate it as well as this report articulates.
What report are you talking about? What exactly?
So this report is a 220-page report. It's called the India Justice Report.
Okay.
It gets published every year. Okay. And the India Justice Report was published this year in April. Okay. I got my hands on this report in May. Okay. This report is a 220-page report, okay, and it looks at each pillar of the law and order. It looks at how is your judiciary function, what are the problems with the judiciary. It looks at how is the prison system in Goa functioning, what is the problem with the prison system.
Okay, wait.
It looks at everything.
Let me just pause you. Now you are saying is that normally everybody, including the government, would say no, this is just the opposition and the activists and people who are making a noise. So now are you saying that this has gone beyond that? There is something at a central level which has sort of underlined that there is an issue with law and order and the way it is done, the policing in Goa. Are you trying to say this?
Yeah, it has gone much beyond just us.
the noise what is being
Just
happening
us
on the ground.
as politicians making a noise in Goa, Goan politicians or Goan opposition, Goan activists. This is the report that is published by the central agencies. 2 government agencies are involved and there are 4 independent agencies involved. About 4 or 5 agencies, data researchers and massive agencies have come together and published a report. And this report shows very clearly that the BJP government, which really took, and Pramod Sawant as the CM of BJP government, he took charge in about 2019. This report documents our descent of law and order from 2019 to 2025. 2019 amongst the small states. So they have clustered the report into large states because you can't compare a Maharashtra to Goa. Those are large states. So you can compare a Maharashtra to and rank it with Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. But Goa, Tripura, Nagaland, all these small states are clustered into small states and there's a ranking. In 2019, our law and order was the best among the small states.
Really?
We were number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Ami number 7 aha. We are last amongst the small states.
Okay.
Right? Last.
Goa is last. Are you saying that Goa is last?
Goa is last. And Goa is last in every aspect of those 4 things. So Goa is last as far as policing is concerned. Goa is last as far as prisons are concerned. As far as policing is concerned, let me give you one fact. The number of vacancies in the police force is, I can give you the exact facts and figures, but we have the highest vacancies amongst all the small states. If you look at the judiciary, we are supposed to have 50 judges per 1 million population. Correct. We have 24 judges per 1 million population. We have basically our capacity of judges that should be there to handle the cases is half, right? If you look at prisons, our prison occupancy in Goa is around 120%. What does that mean? That means that our prisons are overloaded because people are not getting bail, people are not getting justice, the cases are not happening. The number of cases that are passing more than 3 years is 45%. So the statistics that this report brings out for Goa is just ridiculous. It talks about everything. For example, there's a gender divide and they say that we should have more women in the police force. Right now, our target is to get 33% women representation in the police. We are not even 33% in Goa. We are not even 33%.
Goa is supposed to be such a progressive state, and the Prime Minister has been talking about women's empowerment. Pramod Sawant, Dador Pramod Sawant also has been talking about promotes, and 50% of people in Goa are from the female sex. No, but it's not
happening. See, there's a chart to show how long will it take for women's share in police to hit 33%.
How long?
In Goa, it will take us 48 years.
38 years, sorry. 38 years?
It will,
38 years to reach that level? But then the population will go up.
Exactly. To get to the level of reaching 33% of women in the police force, it's the way we are going, at what pace we are going, currently it's going to take Goa 38 years more. By that time, I think I'll be dead and gone. And most people will be dead. So it's 4 generations will pass and then we might reach, right? So that is the situation with every single aspect. You look at vacancies in forensics. We've got the highest vacancies in forensics. In the police force, there's a forensic department. We've got the highest vacancies in that.
That's the reason probably, even though people are caught for various things, that means the conviction is very sad. Yeah?
Very, very sad. The conviction rate is very sad. If you look at vacancies on 11 key personal rankings, like for example, our officer vacancies, there are 30% vacancies in officer level jobs. Cadre staff, there is 34% vacancies. In correctional staff in 2022, we had 100% vacancies.
Are you serious?
That's exactly what the report says. Now, if you look at overall vacancies in Goa, we are at around average of 40% vacancies. Now, what does that mean? That if you need 100 policemen, for example, there is a national average that says you need 3 senior police officers, female officers in every police station, and at least 10 police female constables. On an average, we have got 1.2 female officers and 2 constable police, lady police constables, LPCs. This is a shocking fact. That is why women don't feel safe to go to the police station. Okay, the law and order across the board is a mess.
Okay, we need to go in for a small break, but before that, this is something that even the courts have, I think, flagged very recently, and we keep on getting these complaints saying that the fights happen and there are no vehicles to go to this, there are no police. That's what we. But anyway, we will discuss this a little further after we come back from a short break. Keep watching. Welcome back. Yeah, Francis, so you were saying that there is a vacancy. Basically, you're saying there is a vacancy, there is a vacancy, there is a vacancy. Second thing is also, if there's a vacancy, we need to go in for technology. I don't think that also is happening. So that we'll take up a little later. But why are you making, or why is the report being so sort of harsh on us? Any other points you would like to highlight?
See, if you look at vacancies in the police force, okay, we, like I said, we've got about as far as vacancies for female staff is concerned, that it's 70% vacant.
70%?
Yeah, 70% vacant. We've only reached our 30% capacity of how many female police we should have in the police force. As far as overall vacancies are concerned, we are like understaffed by about 40%. Now these vacancies are higher in the officer level.
Okay.
So in constables and level of lower police, we have got slightly lower vacancies. The 80% of that is filled, or 70% of that is filled, you can say. But in officers level, 50 to 60% is filled and 40% of those are vacant. Now what happens with that is, you don't have leadership.
Direction.
You have a lot of lower level staff, but if you don't have leadership on top, that lower level staff has no, they don't have any direction on what to do, what not to do. You look at training, okay, the budget for Goa, there is supposed to be a percentage of your budget for police training. Now the police training budget in Goa is something around if you look at 2025, it's some 0.3%, 0.5%, 0.7% of the entire police budget goes into training. Now what happens is, when you hire these constables or when you hire these police staff, who's going to train them? If you don't have a budget to train them and you hold no training, then they don't know what to do.
They don't know how to talk to people.
They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know what to do. They don't understand the law at all. Training explains to them procedure, the CRPC. Training explains to them the law. They've changed the laws from from the old IPC. They've moved to BNS, right? The police need to be trained on that. None of the police staff know, because they don't have a budget for training in Goa. Every aspect that you look at, this report sheds light on everything. Like you look at the prisons, right? The prison in Goa is running at 120% capacity. Who's doing anything about it?
So wait. So 120% capacity means why? Because that means there are a lot of criminals in Goa, or the judicial system is not working, where the people, even though they have got bail, they have no processing is not done. What do you think as a Goan? Forget about the report.
So
what do you feel?
There are excessive under trials over there, right? Now those under trials do not get enough of legal aid. Even if they get legal aid
is not available.
Legal aid is not available. The number of say for example, if paralegals were trained in Goa, say 100 paralegals were trained.
Paralegals, when you mean paralegals, what is paralegal? Means lawyers, legal, to help?
So lawyers is one thing, but the paralegals are people who help assist the lawyers, right? Those people the trained people are not absorbed into the judiciary, and the government has done nothing about it. If you look at, like I said, we have supposed to have 50 judges per 1 million population. We've got less than half of that, which is about 24 point something % judges per population. Look at the staff in the court. A judge, you have a judge, let's say you have got a judge. The judge needs that basic staff. They need those number of assistants and writers, and one judge can't just dispose of cases on his own, right? He needs an entire team. The support staff that judges require are not hired. They don't have any support staff in this. There are astonishing facts about how and why the law and order in Goa is so bad. The judiciary is completely crumbling. The correctional facilities is overburdened and nobody is doing anything about it. The police is understaffed and not trained.
No infrastructure, vehicles, you go in the villages, either they don't have petrol. It's regular complaints we get calls on these issues. Regular. Fear of the law is not there. Why people will fear the law when I don't know.
Because see, the law and order is not effective. What happens to law and order is that if someone is wronged, he needs to get justice. He doesn't get justice. If someone is wronged, he needs to get some kind of assistance from the police, right? The police is so overburdened and so understaffed that they are not able to deliver that.
Just the smaller cases, just
the smaller cases, the police are. We've seen this cases pending for more than 5 years in subordinate courts, lower courts. 28% of all the cases are pending for more than 5 years. So, like basically 30% of the cases are there. I have been there for more than 5 years. That is the, like, you know, there are some states that are doing extremely well. Like Sikkim has less than 1.8% of the cases pending for, I'm talking about smaller states, right? Sikkim has gone from being, like, you know, bad on the law and order ranking to come up. Why? Because the number of cases pending in their courts have gone down. Now, what are we doing about this? How many more judges are we hiring? Look at the court complexes in Goa. Look at the state of affairs at our lower courts. Like if you go to the district courts in Mapsa, or if you go to any of these places, the courts are in such shambles.
Bad. It reminds me of this Balwadis and Anganwadis. Those benches and all. Yes.
It's so bad that it's ridiculous. You look at every factor about Goa in this report, and everything is shocking. You know, for example,
give some examples.
See, 2019, we had ranked number 1, like I said, right?
Yes.
And our score out of 10 at that time was approximately 6.
Okay, which is not too hot, but anyway, okay.
Fair enough. 6 out of 10, and we ranked number 1.
Country, yes.
In 2025, in this April report that has come in, we have ranked last. Okay, which is number 7 amongst 7 states. We have come last.
Okay.
And our ranking, our score out of 10 has gone to 2.8.
That means instead of improving, we have gone down.
We have gone drastically down.
Yeah, but the government talks about giving infrastructure, CCTVs, implementation, so much. Why is it the people are not being taken? There is such a huge unemployment in Goa, which again the minister disputes the central. His own government's report, the minister disputes. So why is it? Because is there issues? People, they don't want to take people for a variety of reasons. It's become, what is this? Corruption is an issue. What is an issue?
See,
ideology is an issue. They want to take their own people.
Everything is an issue. According to me, the BJP government in Goa is really never looking at any kind of data. First of all, the BJP has a habit of shying away from data, hiding
these
data.
Are central government issues.
Now that
center also is BJP.
Now that this
employment figures also is central government figures. It's the BJP government at the center.
No, but I'm saying now that this data has come out, April, May, June, July. We are, like, you know, sitting on almost August, right?
Almost August,
tomorrow's August, right? So 4 months have passed.
Yes.
Tell me who in the government has looked at this report and said, okay, let's look at the DAC. See, what happens is, why do you measure any metric? Why does a student have an exam and you get a scorecard? Because you know where you stand and then you improve. But then someone has to look at that scorecard, no? Who in the government, the chief minister, the buck stops at him, he's also the home minister, it comes under him. Has he looked at this report and said, you know, this is the problem with
that? He might have.
No, if he had, then we would have heard about some meetings being held with the prison in charge, no?
No, but the regular meetings are being held. In fact, so Francis, I think you must have heard that drugs were being smuggled into the prison thing, and so many guys have been suspended and some cops have been suspended. So all that has happened.
No, but if that has happened, then why has the need arisen for the Goa bench or the Bombay High Court to take suo motu cognizance of the staffing in the Goa police? 2 days back, the news is there that they have taken suo motu cognizance of the fact that, like, the police force is understaffed.
But that may be there at the report, who knows?
It is there in the report. It is there in the report. But the fact that they have taken so much of cognizance is because nobody is doing anything about it. Nobody in the government has done anything about it. That's why the court has to take cognizance of the matter. They have appointed the counsel, Mr. Kantak, I think, has been appointed along with
yeah, I know you're talking about. Yes,
yeah, I think Kantak has been appointed, and they are saying, like, you know, please, like, question the government on this and make them, like, come up with answers. The opposition does not go and tell the opposition talks about it in the assembly. People like me, I talk about it in press conferences and interviews like this. But what does the government do about it? What has Pramod Sawant done about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He just tries to fool the people of Goa by coming up with shoddy things like, you know, we are not getting calls in police stations. That's why the crime has gone down.
Now most crimes are being done by migrants. That's what is the thing was there in the assembly.
But where is the data to prove that? Where is the data to prove that? Where is the data? The largest crime that has happened in the last like 1 year is by a Goan guy with regards to land scams, right? The largest crimes that are happening are like, where is the data? Has he got a data sheet to show that, okay, out of 100 petty crimes that were committed, 50 or 60 or 70 were committed by migrants and this? There is no data to show
one
that.
thing I would
blaming the outsider is a way of shirking his responsibility.
And it's not possible for anybody, any outsider to come to Goa and do these things on their own. The police should go to the bus stand and see the way, who is there and who is controlling the shots there and what is happening. Bus stand onwards, they should take a round in the night. I think the cops know all this, yeah, because I don't know why the reason the cops are not taking any action on such things. But anyway, sorry, this was my input. Yeah, what were you saying?
I'm saying, see, another thing is caste representation. There has to be caste representation in the judiciary. Correct. There has to be caste representation in the police. There has to be caste representation in whether it's scheduled caste, whether it's scheduled tribes, whether it's
women judges,
OBCs, right? In any of this. Now, if you see Goa's ranking in the 2022 report and the 2025 report, okay, they have reached only 33% of what the caste should be. In the sense, if you had to have 100 people of ST, OBC and SC, instead of 100 you have only 33. So 70% of the caste representation that has to be there is missing. On every aspect of this report, every single aspect of this report, the government has failed miserably. And
we are such a huge tourism state. So many people come from. That's why you see all these things which are happening on a regular basis everywhere. The way people drive, the way people, I don't know, drink on the roads. Today, the government is saying that people are drinking on the roads and bars. I don't know exactly. See, and we need this is for normal policing. Our population which comes in for tourism is almost twice our population. So we'll probably need double the number of people and double the infrastructure. I don't know, don't you think?
There are facts where per million so many judges, per million so many policemen.
That's of the people who stay here. Correctly. What about who's going to control the people who come in?
I'm saying we at least should reach that level.
Okay, fair enough.
We should first aim to reach a level to just cater to the Goan population. Then let's look at the tourist population.
No, but you can't. The tourist population comes every year and according to the minister, it's gone up by so many pre-COVID. Who's going to look after them?
Nobody is looking after them. Nobody's looking after us over here. So how will we look after somebody else who's a visitor over here? There is police on every rank, police, prisons, judiciary and legal aid, on every rank we are failing miserably. Our report card is we are passing marks is 35 in a normal exam in school. Yeah. We are reaching 2.8. So we are not even reaching passing marks in this.
Okay, that's very harsh, Francis. But anyway, what is, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. And what we are seeing nowadays is that, first of all, even if there is a crime, nobody wants to go to the police station because they will just brush you off. I feel that the people who are actually innocent and locals who are a little scared of the police, they are the ones who. But the people, the guys who come from outside, they are so used to that harsh life in the other states. They don't care a damn for the police. See, look at the robberies that are happening in South Goa. These guys have got a better beat system than the actual cops. Anyway, Francis, I think we need to end this discussion today on this particular point. But we will surely continue this because I don't think it's going to go away. And I don't think any solution is going to be found so soon. But then, ultimately, it's the political will. And you, Francis, are also a politician and part of the system. Anyway, thanks for highlighting this issue. This is something that normally we were keeping on hitting for such a long time. Law and order. We were always getting bambooed for being negative. But thank you, Francis. And this is something that we should look at. And with the political will, and if enough of pressure is put on the elected representatives, I think possibly we can. And remember one thing. Goa is supposed to be the #1 GDP in the country. I am Glenn Costa for Face to Face on Goa 365. Keep watching.